have a nice day.
Care package on standby.
Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is LegendOfAK, and thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Now, if you guys are brand new, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn on those notifications, and make sure to drop a like on the video if you guys have not at this point. Now, there's a lot of information that I want to cover and kind of discuss with you guys, so I'm going to open up the comment section for you guys, and let's talk, you know, peacefully. Let's have a discussion, no arguing with people, and let's really talk about this because I want your guys' feedback on this. Now, make sure to leave a comment if you guys want the stat changing variants or if you guys just want cosmetic only variants in the game. Now I'm going to give you guys two examples, okay? We had stat changing variants in Advanced Warfare and in Infinite Warfare, and they altered the way that the gun handled and performed and how it shot in the game, like damage, range, accuracy, you know, mobility, etc. in that case. Now in World War II we had 100% cosmetic only variants that only changed like the iron sight, and it only changed the way that the weapon looked like. Now I'm a big fan of both of them. Now I really, you know, honestly do not want stat changing variants in the game if the supply drop system is going to be like Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, or Advanced Warfare. Now the reason why that is because everything was hidden behind a paywall. For instance, in Advanced Warfare, in order for you to get the Obsidian Steed or the Steel Bite or the Finger Trap or, you know, the ASM-1 Speakeasy, they were locked behind supply drops, and that game was very pay to win, and it basically means that you did not get these weapons unless you know, pretty much bought supply drops or grinded the game out long enough in order to get these weapon variants, and they did change the stats on them as you acquired them. Now I am a fan of weapon, you know, stat changing variants, but at the same time I'm really not, because if we lock them behind a supply drop system, then it's going to be very bad news in the, you know, casual players that are like, you know, the game just doesn't scream, you know, casual and consumer friendly whenever stuff is hidden behind paywalls. Now in World War II they did do variants, and this was 100%, you know, cosmetic only. The iron sights would change, the weapon skin would change, but there was no actual benefit to actually using this weapon in multiplayer. They did the same thing as the base model variant, and it made for a very lackluster content creation on YouTube, as well as like using, you know, different weapons. Now one of the weapons that I really loved in World War II was the Iron Curtain 2. It took them a very long time to bring that weapon out, and I absolutely love it, but there was no difference between the base model rare variant than it was for the heroic Iron Curtain 2 variant. Now with that being said, if they look at it correctly and they do it correctly and they make it to where it's consumer friendly, I do not disagree with stat changing variants. And I want your guys' personal opinion on this because I want to know what you guys want. And like I said, we're going to talk in the comment sections. Let me know your opinions, because if the supply drop system's like it was in BO3, Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare, I do not want that. I want something along the lines of like MWR. If you don't know what that is, that's Modern Warfare Remastered. Now within that system you were able to craft the weapon kits and, you know, get a lot of different stuff, and you were able to acquire these weapon kits, which were essentially, you know, variants in that game, and it was, you know, the ability to craft them without going through a paywall in order to get these weapons and obtain them. Now that's something that I would really like for BO4 to do. I don't think that we're ever going to go back like how Black Ops 3 did it, where like they would drop DLC weapons every single month and you literally had to buy supply drops in order to get these or grind out the game for crypto keys. And that brings me to my next question. I really don't want to go back to the system that World War II had, where like you got like a supply drop for every 5 games, because like once you actually got to Master Prestige, you actually lost the ability to get supply drops every 5 levels. And I want them to bring back the crypto key system, where like you gained like 6 to 10 every single game that you got into. Bring back the daily double, bring back the, you know, the, what is it called, the triple plays, the grand slams and stuff like that. I think Treyarch's gonna nail it if they do bring, you know, variants into the game. And the reason why we know variants are going to be in the game is because there was a leak here just recently about an event that is going to start immediately as Black Ops 4 launches. Now this event is going to be a Halloween event, and one of the variants that they saw in the game was actually a Halloween version of the Vapor, which is an assault rifle. It's one of the best assault rifles in the game, and it just made me speculate and think, are we really going to get stat changing variants in this game? And I personally don't think that it's going to be stat changing variants because it is not consumer friendly, and it means that there are going to be like a bunch of people complaining and bitching about, you know, they have a different weapon than me, it has different stats and stuff like that. And I completely agree with the community to an extent on that, because, you know, that creates, you know, a lot of like, you know, balancing issues with like certain weapons being too powerful and stuff like that. But like with the new added health system, we're just gonna have to see how everything plans out and what they decide to do. Now, we don't know if it's 100% confirmed that these variants are going to be coming. It was a leak, so take this with a grain of salt. But I really want to know your personal opinion on if you guys think that this should be a stat-changing variant or should it be cosmetic only. Because like I said, a lot of people are going to be really mad if they are stat-changing variants, but at the same time, I kind of do want them, just for the simple fact that it's going to bring variety to the game, and it's going to give more of a grind factor to try to get those weapons and actually make some of the cool class setups that we were able to do within Advanced Warfare and as well as in Infinite Warfare. That creates more content for me, that creates more content for you guys to watch, and hopefully they do it correctly, because at the end of the day, if they hide everything behind a paywall, the average consumer and at the average like casual player is going to be really pissed off, and I think it's going to drive people away. I think if they do it correctly, even with stat changing variants, it can be really cool, it can be really fun, and a lot of people might like it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys watched up to this point, make sure to drop me a like. You know, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications if you guys are brand new. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. I know I've been inactive as of lately. World War II is just really, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. World War II is literally just a piece of shit, and I'm so ready for Blackout Beta, and I'm ready for the next game. Even though I don't like BO4 as much as I thought I was going to like it, I'm still going to grind it out and get ready for this next game. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
That one's on the house.